Why are all the protesters so homely?
Shout out to all of the protesters. I think that they are bold, courageous, and even though you're
brave,
sad,
beautiful,
you're sad right now to see everyone demonize you in the media and politicians. 10 years from now, 20 years from now, they're going to look back just as we all look back at the Vietnam Wars and the anti-apartheid protests. You all are
the
heroes.
civil rights movement,
right.
or feminist movements. Like, who was on the other side of that? Like now, like I said, now you get to see every single person what they would have done at that moment in history. They're showing you their ass in tweets. Like they're showing you what they would have done.
I will say though, Lance, you call them beautiful. Well, Megyn Kelly has something to say about that. Here's a
that's a good segue. Oh my God. That's a good segue.
that really is damn.
No, why are they so unattractive?
I would just like to debunk Lance's misinformation. They're in fact butt ugly.
A lot of facts.
And by the way, why are they so unattractive? I really legitimately want to know. Why are all the protesters so homely? I don't think they're unconnected. I'm not going to lie. I think attractive, smart people are not drawn to this nonsense. They're living their lives being successful. It's the unattractive and or dumb people who feel the need to do this to feel like they matter. Sorry.
I'm sorry, is she 9 years old?
This
is like, you're ugly. Like, what?
She's actually a 53-year-old woman commenting on the attractiveness of teenagers. That's what she is.
What the
She's fucking weird.
Wait, hold on. When did she start looking like this? I haven't seen her in a long time.
I think she was like a web show now or something. I don't know.
What? The times is gone. Like,
she was fired again and again, and then ended up.
Time's been a motherfucker to some people, especially the evil ones.
When you're nasty, there's a lot of work done. She's not moving, not anything on her face. Calling kids unattractive.
Well, I just thought that was the video player, but now I've learned.
Like, are we serious? This is like she really called children unattractive and saying that they just want to be seen.
It's so petty. It's so petty.
We should change our podcast. We should change our podcast name to The Uglies. That's what we should be.
The Ugly Mafia.
Bring that up for a second. Bring that back up for a second. Bring that back up for just 1 second. I just want to point out that, like, when a leftist hears a really salient point made online, someone really breaking down an issue, going through a policy in a way that maybe other people haven't looked at before, breaking down history and the historical connections to current movements, and someone goes like, man, check out this thread, they nailed it. For a conservative, all you got to do to get a Megyn Kelly nails it is, why are they so unattractive? Why are the protesters so homely? Like, Megyn Kelly nails it. Like, what did she nail?
Uggos.
Salient point. You're ugly. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's representative of the intellect that conservatives are capable of. That's it. Just like, oh, really? You're protesting? Well, you're ugly. Okay.
I don't
also,
like
all their faces are covered. What are you even seeing? Like, how are you even judging anything?
They are kids.
and their children.
Right.
Like, what are you? What kind of weirdness is that?
And you're in your 50s.
The other one was what they said. Why are they so unattractive and why are they so homely? So I've never really I've never used homely, but I know that also means unattractive. I don't know why homely. I don't know why that would mean that. Like,
that's an old-timey saying, I think.
It is.
Yeah. So that's so vintage. First of all, these old people have taken the Twitter to use their fingers to call children, and what they're doing just because you don't agree with something. I mean, have better words for that. Like, fight back.
Yeah, have an argument.
There was no argument that you've grown. You've worked in media for a long time. I haven't seen that lady in a long, long time, but you worked in media. I feel like you know how to internet forever. And that's like, this is what you're giving. And then like you guys were saying, we're going to...
She doesn't care about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure she does until this stuff starts biting all these people in the behinds.
We still remember...
We can only hope that's going to happen.
We still remember her saying that Santa was definitely white. He's not black. Do you remember that weird little tantrum she had?
No, not to mention all the people that sold everybody on the Iraq War are still on television, still, in positions of power. Like, it's... Unfortunately, it appears, at least the past, 30 years, nothing has bitten anybody in the ass that has any power.
Yes,
her children's children, look, her children's children may be affected by this. Like those people that we see in those 50s old videos. We're like, yeah, now that's your grandmama there. Like, now we know your grandmama. He was the one walking down the street with the rock, walking with your grandmama. So yeah.